Ladies and gentlemen, greetings and hello. We have an old school one and done, no to precious few edits today, because I was just barely on stream, accused of not living presently. I felt like getting into VR chat. I wasn't quite sure why. There's a few things I might as well try to discuss. I'm going to timestamp this pretty clearly, because I do have a lot to say, but not a lot of time to say it, because if I finish this up pretty quickly, I can play some video games before going to work, so let's get right to it. Up first, Sionnach Productions. I sent in an application for a volunteer studio that's just barely being started by J Hutch VR. His name used to be J Hutch VA, but he didn't get very much, if any, voice acting work, so he changed his name. So that's just something now that we know about J Hutch. Fun fact is several months ago I reached out independently to J Hutch because he was a little bit down about himself on stream and had asked, like, does anyone have any ideas or feedback or suggestions or whatever? And it's like, who boy do I? And so I sent a long personal video that was also, I wanted the experience of making another video, so I use it as an excuse to brush up my own skills. But I had reached out to Jay in an oddly personal way back then. It just was something I decided to do. So it felt so weird making a separate video once again, basically reaching out to Jay because I wanted to make a little video cover letter to go with my volunteer application to get into this little studio he just ran, because I thought it'd be really fun to do some things with other people. So I thought, yeah, sure, they're accepting applications, I might as well. And it happened to be Jay, so then it was like, oh, hey, by the way, here's another video. That's really weird, I guess. Interesting thing here is I didn't actually do very much with that cover video aside from say, hey, here's a cover video. The idea is that that video was a little self-referential because by sending a customized video, I'm the kind of character who has all of the VR equipment. I said something about acting, but then also I have like my channels or whatever. Like, I would like to be part of this team, and here's just me, here's what I can do, clearly because I did it and demonstrated it in a custom cover letter like video that wasn't asked for. I just decided to do it, which might show a little bit of additional initiative or excitement, which is something I would be bringing to that team. However, if I had actually really wanted that position, and I do want the position, I could have put more effort into that application. That video didn't demonstrate the other skills that I have. I didn't describe more about what I do. I do editing work. I can video edit, but mainly it's working with words. Like, there's a lot of ways I could be part of a production studio, not just, hey, by the way, I make videos. Any Yahoo can make videos, but if I was going to be part of a team, there's other things that I could be an asset for, and I did not highlight all of that in a video. In fact, I highlighted practically none of it. The only reason I'm bringing that up now is if I had really wanted that position, I could have and would have made more of a specific video. Part of my idea was I had the inspiration at the time, I'm going to apply to this thing, so I did, worried that if I did not apply to it in that moment, I would not apply to it at all. And yes, part of the logic, which does work, it does make sense, is an application which is submitted is guaranteed better and you get better chances than an application which was never submitted. That puts me in a weird zone. I hope I get the job, it's volunteer, but I hope I get the job. But do I only want the job enough for a quick throwaway, I was inspired now, and I might not be inspired to do the application the right way later on? I have to seize it when I'm in the moment. But if I only apply when I'm in the moment, then would I only want to work there in the moment? But I do want the position. So I don't know what exactly that has to mean. I'm sure it says something. I don't know what. I don't know what. But I wanted to make a point about bringing that up in the video because if I had really wanted the position, and I do though, I think I could have put more into that cover video. And they didn't ask for that. I just did anyway. But I could have gone above and beyond, and I didn't. So now I'm sitting here being like, man, I wished I had gone above and beyond, because I could have, but I chose not to, but I was operating in the moment. I don't know exactly what that says of me, but I do that kind of thing pretty often, and there is a reason I decided to bring any of this up. Because I feel good that I put in that application. Feels good. I took a step towards the future. I want to collaborate with other people. I did an application. That's excellent news. I advanced my future. I submitted an application. If I had put more work and thought into it, I could have submitted a better application and improved my chances to actually get into this small independent volunteer studio that I'm excited to work for. I got the feel goods for taking a step to advance my future. I applied, and that feels good to say. It feels good for me. I do hope that I get in. But had it been more of a decided step with more intentionality, I might feel even better about my chances to get in, but it would have been a stronger application. That's a little weird to me. I advanced the future by applying. I could have advanced my future more by applying better. And I don't know if I'm holding myself to too high of a standard by saying, man, I should have applied better. Or am I just trying to get by a little bit easier by saying, yes, I applied, but I think if you try and step forward in your life in weak ways, you're going to get weak responses back. And I might have preferred to step forward in a strong way and hopefully get a strong response back. I don't know what to do with that. That's just this section of the video. There's something else I feel like talking about, I'm sure. So let's move on to the next one. For the next one, I might as well highlight I've been streaming a lot in my mornings, which is either 9 or 8 o'clock Pacific time. I stream for about 2 hours. I'm still figuring out how to lay out the streams, how to structure them. They take place in Resonite. I like that a lot. And today was a vibe day because I've just been pushing myself really hard lately. I woke up a little under the weather. I think my head felt like jello all day. So we were just vibing, took a while to figure out the stream, and then like a little bit, like halfway through or so, I just started babbling about my relationship and my partner, and it was just talking a whole bunch and being kind of excited, but still having a head full of jello. And I've been figuring out a lot more about what it means to casually hang out and to be on stream and why I like it and living presently on stream. I've been figuring out a whole bunch of stuff. Some of why I think I'm bringing that up is, first of all, I just kind of feel like it, and I've been working on living a more presently minded life. And so if it felt like a good idea to make this video in the first place and to bring up that I've been streaming more, I'm going to follow through on that whimsy, so that's something that I've been doing lately. But this pertains a lot to any of you guys at home, because I haven't been doing very much lately on this channel, on any of my channels, because I've been working really hard on this new angle, and I'm trying to figure out ways to make it work for all of my content engines and stuff like that. And ideally, these will be chopping up into different videos. I can't present things in a stream the way that I present them here, but there is more Phineas on the way, and there has been for a while, and it's coming into shape. It's things are on the way. I can't describe it any more than the belief I feel on the inside, which is strong and growing and refuses to stop. And if I keep it all to myself any longer, I'm going to probably explode a little. So I'm not keeping it to myself. I'm going to declare real quick that 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning, I've been doing a lot of live streams lately, Pacific time. So link in the description is just on Twitch. You can come hang out if you want. We've been doing in Resonite, and it's mostly just me babbling a little bit, but every now and then I drop gems that I think might be kind of interesting. But mainly it's also just hanging out and talking so far, and I'm figuring out what it means. But it's officially something I'm doing consistently enough and happy enough with, and I'm doing it more often, that it's time to say, hey, this is what I'm doing when I've been doing it. It's going to be keep happening. It's more. So that's something else I've been doing as well. And then the final note, because I just need to be done with this video soon. There was edits involved. Oops, that's just my style. But for the third part of the video, I'm going to talk about being in VR chat opposed to Resonite, because I do have thoughts about that as well. Because I look down right now, and this is me. I got the full light blocker on the Quest Pro, so I have like face tracking still. Aha. But the Quest Pro has the open face design, which takes you right out of the fiction, baby. And right now, look at my blue leg. That is such a blue leg, and it feels like my blue leg. In Resonite, it doesn't render the right way. So it feels a lot more hands-on and immersive because you can do anything inside of Resonite. But inside of VR chat, the way it renders and feels and the way the trackers connect, it feels way better. So making this video after stream and getting out some of this weird energy that I had after stream feels really nice. Being inside of VR chat feels better to me than being in Resonite does, kind of. And I think maybe I'm saying that even just for my own knowledge, my own sake. Because I'm never quite sure, being in Resonite, being in VR chat, they both do the same. They're both motion capture whatevers. But making a video here feels a lot more personal, and it's really enjoyable. And making videos in Resonite is just different because the application hits me different. I don't know exactly what the thing is there. but there is an absolute difference. Being in VR chat is pretty special to me, and I want to remember that it's special to be inside of this application for a lot of personal reasons that I sometimes dismiss because I'm so wrapped up in the content I create that I forget that there's also a life I'm living. Let's talk about that, because I really frequently try to examine my life. But if I'm in any given moment of life and I'm examining it, I am not living the moment, I am living the life of the examiner who is looking at the moment. That's not the life I want to live all the time, because some of the moments that I examine are really fantastic. This is even one of them. I love being a kitty cat, and granted, I love filming, but even my love of filming, I think, gets in the way of living a moment. Right now, I'm making a video, not only existing in VR chat. I could go somewhere else, make a friend, and I'm not actually really social in VR chat all of the time, so I don't know what I would do here if I wasn't filming. But I want to try and live more presently minded moments instead of only film them. And what can I do? What can I make content of? It's like, nope, just try and exist, buddy. It's pretty cool. Sometimes I get so busy wrapped up in what I'm trying to accomplish that I don't remember what it is I've accomplished already. I'm in a virtual form which feels so much like me. Inside of a program, virtual reality, I look down, it feels like me. That is fundamentally the best thing in the world. And I'm still so wrapped up in what am I streaming? What production companies am I applying at? What videos am I making? I get so wrapped up in the industry of being me, I forget to just be me. Nothing to do about that. No solution to that. I just wanted to say all of that, I think, because I just barely got off stream today, but I was streaming in Resonite and I didn't feel very much like me. And before work, I really wanted the experience of looking down and seeing me and feeling like myself. So I got into VR chat to help myself feel more like myself. The only thing I do in VR chat is make videos, so I just kind of decided to make this. I hope you enjoyed this because we haven't had one of these for a while, I think. No great big esoteric thoughts or ideas, just a video I decided to spit on out there, and so I did. Time for me to go though, because I have to hurry and edit this because there was more editing than I thought that there would be, but there always is. And that's it. So goodbye. Have a super duper good day. Abrupt ending for a wonderful little video though. So we had a good time, a nice enjoyable time. Yeah, more Phineas. Whenever. Okay, bye.